don't earn enough income and if only I could earn more is not a problem that you have. It's a problem that I have. Hi guys, my name is andiswa.mojapelo and welcome to my channel. If it is your very first time, thank you so much for joining us. I really do hope that you enjoy the content and you decide to stay. We chat about all things related to money and adulting over here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Today we are talking about the budget scarcity problem. So guys, for my undergrad degree, I studied economics, right? And if you're familiar with economics, whether as a module or if you did it as a degree or a major, there is one concept that is very common regardless of which type of economics you are doing. And that is this world problem of scarcity, or rather as some like to refer, the economic problem of scarcity, right? And what that is, for the benefit of those who don't know, is the problem that the world faces constantly of limited resources and unlimited needs and wants. So basically what that means is that corporates, governments, individuals, everyone constantly faces the problem that we only have so much resources, be it labor, money, equipment, machinery, whatever it is, there is only so much to spare, but the amount of needs and wants that the world has, the amount of needs and wants that a corporate has, the amount of needs and wants that employees have is unlimited, right? Because we all want the good things in life. We all want the fine things in life. And I applied this concept to our budget. So I was busy doing a video that you guys are going to see coming soon about how I've managed to stick to my budget this year. And the one concept that I kept thinking about was this problem of not understanding or not accepting that we all have a budget scarcity problem. You have all these needs that you want, you have all these desires that you have all these goals you want to achieve. I do too. The person sitting next to you, if you're not alone, probably has their own as well. And we all face the same common problem: this limited budget, this limited income, these limited resources. There isn't enough time, there isn't enough money, and there isn't enough resources to actually achieve everything that we want to achieve when we want to achieve it. And the sooner we accept that this is a budget scarcity problem that we all face, and the sooner we understand the extent to which we have it, because it will vary from person to person, the sooner we can start focusing on the other areas of our finances. And this is why I decided to separate this concept and give it a video of its own, because it is so, so important that we all understand that yes, you deserve all the nice things in life. I do too. Yes, you deserve a big house and a nice car. You deserve to go out whenever you want. You deserve to give your children the bright future they deserve, and so on and so on. These are unlimited wants and unlimited needs, but there simply isn't enough money to achieve all of them when we want them. I had to keep focusing on this concept and reminding myself of this throughout the year as I worked towards my financial goals, as I planned my wedding, and all of those other things. That yes, I do have money. Yes, I do have an income, but the amount of things I want to achieve with this are unlimited. And I need to be able to prioritize what is important and understand that I can only afford a certain amount of things. And there are certain things that I will have to sacrifice. And guys, I just wanted to highlight that this, you want everything and you need everything and you want it now, is not a problem that you have. This, I don't earn enough income and if only I could earn more, is not a problem that you have. It's a problem that I have. It's a problem that everybody around me has. It's a problem that the world has, hence the economic scarcity problem, right? And this is something that we need to accept and we need to understand if we're going to move forward. This puts a good foundation in understanding what it is that you can afford, what it is that you can do with your money, and what it is that you can't. Because I've realized that the reason we stretch ourselves beyond affordability, the reason we stretch ourselves and fund other means of funding the things that we really want, is because we don't have enough money for them at that moment, but we don't want to accept this fundamental problem that our budget is limited. And then we start looking at other ways like debt in order to fund the things that we want now. And that stems from not understanding, or rather maybe understanding, but not accepting the fact that you only have 2,000 Rand. That is what you have. Yes, you want more. Yes, you deserve more. We all do, but we can't do anything beyond that specific amount unless we start either making more money. And if we could all do that easily, we probably would, but it's not that easy. Or we need to make sure rather that we limit the things that we want to achieve and make sure they fit into this budget. Okay, now I've said enough about understanding and accepting this, but then what do you do, right? So you know that I never like to highlight problems or issues without proposing something. So I'm going to share something that I also picked up in economics that has really worked for me this year, and that is the trade-off concept, right? So the trade-off concept is something that we learned about there as well that I think that we can all apply in our budgets. And that is understanding that with limited resources, if you want to achieve A and B, you need to make sure that you are constantly trading a bit of A in order to get B. That means that you can't have A and B in equal quantities at the same time. You need to give up one concept in order to get the other, to make sure that you are always staying within those means. You are always staying within those means of affordability. You are staying within those means of disposable income. You are staying within those means of only using the cash that you have and not having to borrow or stretch yourself or sacrifice certain things that you've committed to because you want it all and you want it all now. At the end of last year, I had a random acne breakout. It was really, really bad. It was terrible. And I started, doing research on different ways that I can solve this, different ways that I can treat it, and all of those other things. And honestly, I tried a number of products. I watched videos. By the way, that's how, I got into YouTube and then wanted to start my own channel. But that's a story for another day. Nonetheless, I went into, researching, trying different things, and eventually I found a skincare routine because I didn't want to go the dermatologist route, or at least not immediately, because one, it's very expensive, and secondly, I just didn't understand where it was coming from, and I thought it was something that I could solve myself, which I did eventually do through my skincare routine that I found and tweaked here and there. But it's not that type of video. Anyway, so I had this acne problem at the end of last year. And then I eventually found a skincare routine that works for me. But this skincare routine was way more expensive than what I was using previously, right? Because there were new products that I had introduced. And I looked at my budget and I thought to myself, yo, this is something I obviously want to solve and something that is a priority to me and something that is important. But at the same time, I hadn't budgeted for the next 6 months to be spending this much on a skincare routine. So what do? There's limited resources, which is the disposable income that I have. And there's also this now want that is introduced, which will happen constantly in your budget. If you are normal, things will come up, right? But the trick of using the trade off is then what I did is I looked at my budget and I said, yes, there is money, but this money is allocated to specific goals and specific needs and wants. What am I willing to trade off for this priority? What is less important to me than this? And where can I spare this money? And one of the line items that was on my budget was hair, right? So I had longer hair and I was doing my hair every month. And I decided that, well, I don't really prioritize hair that much. Honestly, shorter hair is more convenient for me and it makes my life easier. So I'm just going to wipe out most of that budget and then I'm going to use that for my skincare. That is the art of trading off. It is giving up something in order to accommodate something else. Does it mean that I didn't have any disposable income? No. Does it mean that I couldn't stretch something else in order to afford it? No. But everything was allocated, right? My income was allocated into the things that I prioritize. And I'm not going to use debt in order to fund something. I'm not going to borrow and I'm not going to give up on some of the commitments that I've made, like my investments, etc. I needed to find something flexible, something that gives me the same rand value and allocate it towards the thing that I'm now prioritizing more. And that is the art of using the trade-off method. And like I said earlier, guys, I use this with the wedding as well. There's certain line items that came up above when it came to quotes, and we had to prioritize what do we value more? What do we value less? How do we swap this around to make sure that we are staying within budget and we are staying within our means? Now, I really thought it was important to share this with you because I feel like regardless of the video that you watch on this channel or the video that you watch anywhere else, if you don't understand the fundamental concept of the fact that we all have limited resources. We all deserve nice things. We all want to have nice things, but we simply can't afford them. And we simply can't double our rands to accommodate all of those things whenever the needs and wants come in. So what can we do? We need to trade off. What can we do? We need to prioritize. We need to make sure that our money is constantly allocated to the things that we value. And when life happens and you start valuing something else, because this will happen, guys, there's months where I don't feel like going out at all and I save my entertainment budget. Then there's months where I feel like going to a really nice place and my entertainment budget is more. That is normal. It happens to the best of us. But the question is, what are you doing when you can't stretch your budget? Well, are you either trading off, like I've said, and realizing what you prioritize, or are you finding other more expensive means of funding what you need and want? I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I also hope that the concept of budget scarcity lands and that you understand and accept that you do have limited resources and that you learn to prioritize and also trade off in order to ensure that you are always living within or preferably below your means. If you enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up and also make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't, so I can see you in the next one. Bye.